Hi guys, Assassin here, and welcome to my review of Daredevil Season 1. This is the Daredevil Netflix series from Marvel, obviously. Now, it took me ages to watch this, purely because I like to get things on disc, and once I got it on disc, it wouldn't actually work in my DVD player. I've since got a new DVD player and seen it. So when I watched it, I took notes on every single episode. I watched the whole season one, in one sitting, one weekend, and I took notes through all of it. However, at episode 11, I stopped taking notes because I knew that no matter what I said, I would just be repeating myself. So if I go and start from the first episode, I will explain what I mean by that. So I've written down the first episode starts off wonderfully. It's a great introduction to the series. It sets the tone wonderfully. The opening sequence was really good. I like the opening sequence of it. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm just reading off my notes, so I probably won't remember much of it. I just remember that it was brilliant. Episode 2 had one of the greatest fight scenes ever recorded, in my opinion. All done in one shot. It was beautiful, absolutely amazing. It gives some good backstory for the character of Matthew Murdock, and it's good. It sets up the plot well. It sets up the rest of the series quite well, if memory serves me correctly. Episode 3 had a good story. It was less of the action at the start, but then I remember getting rid of that once the action did start in the episode. It was a bit slow though, but the courtroom scene was really good in my opinion. And of course, this is the episode where we first see Wilson Fisk. And he is just phenomenal. However, episode 4 for me was a bit weird because I remember asking myself a lot, how does his powers actually work in that? Because Daredevil doesn't really have powers, he's just blind, but he's not actually blind, which confused me. They never really explained it very well, I don't think, at least in the first season. So he's sort of blind, but he can still see, but everything's on fire, or looks like it's on fire, which I'm not sure about if I like that. I would prefer if he was just a blind guy and his skills were pure, like echolocation, rather than he can see, but it's a bit. Ugh. Apart from that, though, Wilson Fisk was a brilliant emotional villain. And that scene at the end, Jesus Christ, when he crashed his head open with the door, that was awful. Episode 5 was a good cliffhanger. I can't remember what that cliffhanger was. And I'm going to skip forwards a little bit because episode 6, I didn't really write anything. Episode 7, Stick was a good character. I really liked Stick as a character. Bit of a dick, but I think that was sort of the point. Episode 8 had a really good opener and a really good villain. Again, I can't remember what that was. And episode 9 also had an awesome opening. And episode 10 had good character development. Again, I can't remember what these were. I just remember that they were so good. And then obviously at episode 11 I stopped writing because after that point it just kept getting better and better. The last episode was absolutely brilliant where it finally got the costume. The characters were brilliant. The actors are perfect for their roles. From Matthew Murdock, played by Charlie Cox. He was absolutely brilliant, perfect for the role, and I'm pretty sure he's British as well, which is always a bonus. Wilson Fisk, whose actor's name eludes me at this moment, absolutely brilliant character. Loved every minute he was on screen. Brilliant. Haven't seen season 2 yet, but I will get round to it at some point. Apparently that's just as good, if not better, and it's got the Punisher in it. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say, because it has been a while since I've done it, and I was supposed to do this review a long time ago. All I remember is thinking to myself, if you like sort of the superhero genre, but you want a more realistic, gritty look to it, this is your thing. This is absolutely brilliant. I wasn't too sold on it when I first watched it, because I watched like the first few episodes, and then like waited 3 or 4 months before I watched the rest of the series. When I watched the rest, I watched all of it again. So it does take a little bit of getting into, in my opinion, but it's still worth it. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that's the review, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I know it hasn't been quite long, and I know this has sort of been the first different thing on the channel for a while. It's been a lot of Dark Souls, but I am trying to get back into it after my break. It has been a bit weird getting back into it because I sort of haven't really been bothering. It is true what they say, that once you take a break, it's hard to get back into it. But I am determined to get back into the groove of things. Next video will probably be another Dark Souls part. I'm sorry, but I've got so much of that recorded. I just want to try to get rid of all that so I can start making other stuff that isn't just Dark Souls. Don't forget to subscribe to Uninstalled as well, where I spend my Mondays and now some other days, because Uninstalled is getting a bit of a revamp. There should be a video about that coming soon, if not already here. So yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. I've been Success, and you've been yourselves. And yeah,